Hello, welcome back to another video where hopefully things won't be bad this time, like the past three.
Yeah.
Only time will tell.
I was gonna do the, go ahead and do the torch, but it's gonna be raining soon, so that sucks. So I'm just
Oh, we
gonna...
already got here last time? I already forgot.
Yes.
Oh, I thought we were in Kakariko. What the hell are we doing up here?
uh,
Yeah.
I walked here while you guys were talking about Dragon Ball.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
even
okay.
notice.
Oh, yeah, now I remember.
I mean, I don't really want to go in yet if I can't do the torch.
How do you know? Oh, yeah, they're on the weather report. I mean,
No,
if
I
you're
can just
fast
see, I can
enough,
just see the future.
if you're
Just
fast
go
enough, you
into
can do it with
like
arrows.
a stable or
Oh,
someplace
that.
to rest
Yeah,
up
that
and
works
skip it.
too.
Does the end cost money? I don't remember.
Yeah,
Yes,
it does.
but not much.
I mean, it doesn't really matter to me because by endgame I usually have like hundreds of thousands of rupees.
I don't. I spend them
Me
on.
neither.
I usually spend all my money on arrows a lot.
Same.
I
Or
mean, when
repairing
you
the
usually just
hero's
go around, I
weapon.
usually go around to just kill like the white enemies a lot and they drop rare stones.
I used
Yeah,
to.
but the thing is, I'm not good enough to beat most of them.
I used to do that with guardians. I used to just like clear out guardians.
Like, I can beat white moblins, but anything stronger than a Lionel, I fail.
Ah, I just realized I didn't get. I didn't even get the freaking adventurer's armor. It's my favorite one in the game. But
I
Looks
think you
I
can get
guess
it here.
can I?
Yeah, I think.
This is also where you can go and buy your
Oh,
house.
okay, cool. I won't have. Oh, oh. Okay, no, I will have enough money. That's cool.
The cloak is one of those items that I always have equipped.
Eh,
Yes. I like cloaks. Why are you buying the pants? You already have them.
I didn't realize I did.
you're literally wearing them. Pay attention.
Yeah,
You
that's the
didn't
thing.
notice that we were in Hatano.
Look, that was like a whole week ago.
Yeah, also we are co-commentators. We don't have to pay as much attention as you. You're the player. You have to actually pay attention to this shit.
Hello.
Goodbye.
I didn't mean to run into that guy. It's just he was coming right at me. What color do you guys usually do?
I don't do anything.
I do. I always go with red. Obviously.
Yeah, of course.
I go with black.
I go with nothing.
Boring.
You're supposed to wear armor, Neppy.
I mean, I wear armor. I just don't color it.
I
That's
mean,
the
usually
point.
my default outfit is just the basic Hylian tunic
Oh god,
becau-
that
Damn
looks
it. Okay.
honestly.
because I like the Hylian tunic. Well, not the Hylian tunic, the champion's tunic.
That looks honestly.
Oh, I usually go with the darker red, but I guess I don't have anything for it right now, so I'll just go with the lighter red for now.
Yeah, but everything just red honestly looks not good.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, it's just too much of one color.
I like it.
Now
Like,
you're
I,
Italian.
This is
like I
perfect for
generally,
camouflage.
like I generally think it looked better before because the blue of the hood nicely
Okay,
contrasted
well,
with the.
Look, her name is Red. She needs something to stand out because she
I
has no
can't.
personality.
The dark red is better, but I don't remember what colors make the dark red, and I don't think I
Yeah,
can
but I.
make it a better color at the moment.
Night.
Night? Wait, there's a. Oh wait, but I don't have fire. Damn it! I was gonna say there is a thing here that you can use, but I don't have fire.
Are you going to the inn now or
No, I don't want to spend. Well, how expensive is it?
like 10 rupees?
Oh, that's it. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
The
it's
then
most
not
yeah, I can.
expensive.
expensive it gets is like 80 rupees. It's not that expensive. Also, that hour is gonna go by quick if all you do is just meander around.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already 10 minutes in.
Well, 5 minutes.
He meant in that hour. What's the initial requirements for the house again? Isn't it like a bunch of wood?
You need like 30 bundles of wood and a down payment of 5,000 rupees.
Ugh. That's
Oh
gonna
wait, no,
take a
a
while.
down payment of 3,000
And
rupees.
you always like to do the champion gear to like put up on the wall.
Yes.
I usually like to do one of each elemental item.
Um, Overall, the house is gonna cost you 30 bundles of wood, 3,000 rupees for a down payment, and then an additional 1,400 rupees for all the furniture and stuff.
I like that I'm very clearly heading towards the door, and she stops me and be like, "Hey, you should go inside." Like, wow, thank you.
So yeah, it's kind of expensive, but usually I save the house for after I beat the Guardians. Well, not the Guardians, the Divine Beasts. Because the way I imagined it in my head is that Link is usually just running around,
Come on.
just like trying to temper all of the beasts and make sure everything's taken care of. And then he like goes back to the village to like chill out for a little bit and get a house made. It's like fuck it, I need a break for a minute.
We're already halfway through. Do I actually have like a torch? Is there a torch next to it? I swear I can't remember. It's been so long.
I think. You can also just use arrows.
Oh yeah,
Isn't there a way
arrows
to
don't
full
run out,
screen
don't
on
do they?
OBS?
Uh, no. We tried to figure it out, but it doesn't work.
Hmm.
Like
Nappy, was it full screen when I streamed Tears of the Kingdom?
Yes.
yeah, but I
Ah,
asked you, but you said you didn't remember.
yeah, if only I remembered.
Like on
Um,
Discord, there is an option to screen record or to stream the capture card itself. But when I
Oh wait, you
tried,
know what? I don't think I did it on OBS. I did it on another service. I don't remember what it was called, but I don't think I did it on OBS because like OBS wasn't
oh,
working
I
for
mean, it's
me.
still waiting red.
I know, but I was just testing it because I've never used the arrow for this before. I've only ever used a torch.
Yes, Red, fire goes out when you put it in water.
Well,
But I guess she didn't know that. You know, American education system and all.
you thank you. That's very helpful. I would have never
You
known.
know, I'm just joking. This entirely red Link looks so horrible. I'm sorry, but I hate
Now you're
it.
well. Now you're gonna deal with it.
Look, he has a red tunic in Ocarina, all right? He
Yeah,
can make
but
it work.
that was designed to look good. This just looks horrible.
I will change it to the darker red once I can find the materials.
All the issue isn't the shade. The issue is that everything is just one color and it looks horrible.
That's just because you have no taste.
Look, Neppy, once I play my own playthrough of Breath of the Wild, I'll make him look as aesthetically pleasing as possible.
Yay.
I doubt it.
Look, I'm a basic bitch, all right? I always wear the champion's tunic and the basic Hylian trousers.
Boo.
And the cape.
Honestly, I almost never use the champion's gear
Why?
or the tunic because it's not great armor, and I don't find much use in seeing HP.
It's useful for me, honestly. Different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Oh, you can do it this way too.
There
I
isn't
always
really
just shoot the
anything to
arrow.
gain from lighting all the torches in the village.
Yeah, I know, but it make well. I guess I'm just used to it because it makes it easier. Whoops.
Well, now you
Right.
ruined it.
I'll just. I could use my ladle.
Yeah, maybe that's better for you.
It's gonna break super quickly though.
Look, if this was my playthrough, we'd be gliding around going after all of those towers right about now.
You know there's water in between.
Cryonesis
Shoot at
Sun.
it with your arrow.
Because I don't think that's gonna be super reliable.
I
But you can
tried it
quick.
before. It's kind of hit or miss. I usually just take the long, like what Wed's doing. I usually just take the long route and I light up um, lanterns along the way. So
I
in
didn't even know
case
there were
it,
lanterns this way.
Yeah, it's to make it so that if you don't have a torch, you don't have to restart whenever you run out.
or if your torch goes out,
I
you
mean,
can
I know
just
that there are
like,
lanterns. I just didn't know they were there on this path you're taking right now.
Is it up? Which way is it?
Maybe just make it turn off the flame so that at least while you search, so that the HP doesn't run out.
does the flame go out?
No, but
Does
Ah,
the
it
thing go out?
reduces. No, your item, if it's not a torch, the durability goes way down when you set it on fire.
yeah.
Uh,
The
I was
hell
about to
is
say
it?
I don't remember the torch ever breaking.
Oh, it's up here.
Yeah, yeah. So if you don't use a torch, this is a real torture.
Ah,
Ew.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Think that would work.
You're
I
burning.
set myself on fire!
hey, remember when she said there wasn't going to be any failures?
Yeah, I remember that too. Well, I knew that was not true the moment you fell off that
Also, why
tower.
didn't you just go inside and take the torch from the lab? There's literally a torch inside Purah's lab. You don't even need to
See,
talk to her
because
to
I
grab it.
forgot.
You're an idiot.
That's very true.
No, it's just literally been that long since I've played this game. It has been literally, I think, a couple years since I properly played this. Oh well, I'm just gonna use this while I can. Because I knew there was one somewhere in town, but I legitimately just could not remember where.
Are you sure this is supposed to be the shorter route?
I didn't say it was.
Then why are you taking this one?
Because it's
This
just the
thing
one. It's
has a lot
just
of
the one that I'm
durability.
taking. It does, yeah. I'm surprised it's still going.
Like, I'm pretty
Don't
sure the
jinx
club
it
would
now.
already be broken. God, that wet.
I keep
No,
thinking that Link's about to set on fire because of that.
yeah.
Oh my god, you guys are so mean.
He looks like a walking lobster.
There we go.
The lobster of Hyrule. All that now is missing a little bit of yellow, and he could would be one at McDonald's. And it's not that I want to be mean, it just yuck. Golden little Z's have been blue.
I don't think I
I
have enough
swear to God, if
have
the
enough
Boko Club
blue.
breaks before you can reach that lantern,
No, it won't.
okay, you're safe.
I don't. I think the only other one I have color could make it is like blue, or I mean green.
Yeah. Oh. Oh no, that would be even worse. No, although that is
Also,
green
red.
color.
Uh, how much RAM does your CPU have?
You think I know?
I
Yeah,
mean, you
you
can
are asking
check.
a.
Hey, look, there's a torch. Hello. I forgot.
Also, we're not reading.
No, I don't. I don't really feel like it.
Okay.
Normally I would, but I just like. I don't really wanna. I forgot just how I knew. I forgot just how short she is.
I'm pretty sure the only reason she's even capable
Wait, is this
of a
alternate
speech.
dialogue?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
dialogue changes.
if you light it up before you talk to her, you get different dialogue.
Huh. I never did
That's why
that.
I always do that first, because it's nice
I
to
never
just
did
go
that.
in and do it all at once.
Yeah, same is with Robbie. Yes, I was saying the only reason why I think Purah can even talk at the moment is because her mental age didn't change, only her physical. Like, I'm
Well,
pretty
I
sure she's
think
actually a toddler right now.
it seems like it affected her mental age like a little bit.
Physically, she's 6.
Oh, this is supposed to be a 6-year-old?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I was taller as a 6-year-old.
Yeah, no, most 6-year-olds are taller than that.
Look, don't question it. All right, maybe Sheikah
I think it's
just
closer
aged
to like
differently.
3 or 4.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that she's a toddler.
Well, to be fair, when she's an adult, she is kind of tall.
And saying
Maybe
growth
they
spurt
age
is
like
not point.
Saiyans. They just have a really big growth spurt. You never know.
And if they yell very, very, very loud, they power up. I mean, that's how Super Saiyan works, right? You just yell very loud while saying, I wanna be a Super
Honestly,
Saiyan.
I was kind of considering giving Purah the voice of that slug lady from Monsters Inc., but I don't think I can do a good impression of that.
No.
I wouldn't let you.
Wazowski.
Wazowski.
I'm gonna do that on somebody, and I won't tell you who.
Okay.
I should mention that I absolutely love the movie Monster Inc., so I fully approve. He was one of my
Dude,
favorite
that's not like
characters.
a hot take. Most people like that movie. Most people, that's their favorite movie.
Yeah, like if it was the first movie I ever saw in cinema.
The first movie I remember seeing in theaters is the
Oh boy.
Rugrats Wild Thornberries crossover movie when I was like 4.
I never even saw Rugrats until I was like 10 years old.
Because I remember distinctly my grandma took me to go see it.
Because we didn't even have Nickelodeon for a very long time.
I think I saw Finding Nemo at some point, but I don't remember it because I remember like having a Finding Nemo shirt when I saw that movie.
I find it funny how her mouth is so thin that it almost looks like she doesn't have one.
Well, I remember our cinemas always, in the good old days, had promotional figure statues standing on, and the one for Finding Nemo terrified me because it was the shark in front of Dory and Marlin. And then that was put at the side, and it was always there for years. Like, just in the side room that had a window that you could look into it. You always saw it when you went into one of the wings with the movie theaters in it.
Fish are friends, not
Not
food.
food. I love how Booze, that's his name, right? The shark.
That scene where he like goes insane actually did scare me as a kid.
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
it
me
was
as a
because of
whole.
like his black eyes.
Yeah,
Just kind of unnerved me.
the whole scene unnerved me because those sunken submarines with all the mines. It was just a very, very eerie scene.
Pixar, their movies up until like the 2010s were all pretty good.
I haven't seen anything like I haven't seen most of the movies over the past several years.
Me neither. I kind of just fell out of Pixar entirely
Like
when
I
I no
think
longer went to the cinema.
Finding Dory onward, I just completely fell off.
Yeah, Finding Dory too. Like I didn't
I
saw that
kind
one
of fell
anymore.
off after like Monsters University.
Yeah, I only saw that one on DVD.
I
I
haven't even seen it. Like the premise, just like I did not care.
honestly I liked it.
It's actually really good.
Like, yeah, Sully's an unlikable jerk, but it's cool seeing him become we know at the end
I
of the
mean,
movie.
the entire premise of the movie falls apart when you rewatch Monsters Inc. and they talk about stuff from their childhood, which implies they've been friends since they were kids, as opposed to the
Yeah, but
sequel.
that's the kind of thing where you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit for a prequel movie.
But yeah, honestly, Pixar in their glory days, I can't think of a single bad movie before like the 2010s.
Yeah.
Like they all just had like Toy Story, Toy Story 2, The Incredibles, Ratatouille,
Oh, I love
um,
that movie.
like they
Ratatouille is the movie that made me want to go for
Wally.
Paris.
Wally is so fucking good.
Wally is
Wow.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
16? Oh my god.
And
Dirty
what else?
Ho.
Up.
Get it because it's a farm, you know.
Wow, you're hilarious.
Up was also great, even if I didn't like that one as much, but it was a heartwarming story. I tell you, anyone who does not cry at the first minutes of the movie Up has no heart.
Hey, I hate
Because
to tell
I,
you, it's never done it for me.
you bitch.
I understand why it does, but I don't cry
I was,
easily.
I was bawling my eyes out. Like I was genuinely crying. I was so freaking sad.
I think the only like Pixar movie
Oh, A
from their
Bug's
golden
Life.
days I don't actually kind of like that much is what was it called? A Bug's Life.
Yeah, I also just now because I just remember that too. I like it. It just, I think it kind of has fallen into forgetfulness because it's not really. It
It
didn't
just it I just
stay.
don't
Uh,
remember anything about it. I
it didn't
remember
stay the
watching it when I was
zeitgeist.
in like elementary school, and I just never really bothered to rewatch it. Like
Yeah,
and
like
that was like I watched Cars and
oh, Cars is great too.
I
The
actually
first one.
bothered to rewatch Cars despite people hating on it.
No, yeah, that was dumb. The first Cars is good. The second Cars,
Life is a
I think I
highway,
saw the second
I
Cars movie like
won't
one
ride
time, and
it
I have never
all
watched it
night
since.
long.
you haven't missed anything. Like, okay, I admit, as a child, I liked it, but that was because Cars with cool explosion and extension and rockets coming
Cars
out of their wheel.
2 is terrible, but in the most entertaining way possible.
Yeah, like I think I could still watch it and have a good
Because it
time.
is just such a fucking nonsense movie from
Yeah.
beginning to end that it just makes it enjoyable for me because
hmm
I don't know, it's just something about it that I like. I just love watching it just for the sheer stupidity.
I love the Cars game on
Like, do you want to
PS2.
see cars fucking die in the most brutal ways imaginable?
Yeah, like if
You
you
want to
think
see
about it,
them blow up. You want to see them explode while they're being tortured. Cars
hey,
2 has that in spades.
in uh, in Thomas the Tank Engine, people always talk about how that is for children. You technically see multiple train corpses in that show. Like they openly talk about how the engines are gonna be scrapped, which essentially means they're gonna be executed if you think about it for more than a second. So
Fun
it
fact, they
also gets very
actually
dark.
I remember an episode of that show where they left like some bad like train in the middle of a deserted island and he's literally just stuck there. Like they don't
Desert
ever go
Island.
back for him. He's literally just there.
No, that never happened.
Also, in the British version of the show, one of the Beatles is the narrator.
Yeah, in the original season, Ringo Starr was the narrator.
Wow.
Yeah, I never knew. Did you know
Yeah.
Ringo Starr, like in the 90s, I think he started like painting in MS Paint.
Oh, cool.
Like I only remember it because the Game Grumps brought it up. Like he does like weird painting shit as a hobby. And if
That's
you
cool.
actually look it up, it's actually some of the most ugly looking shit.
Okay.
And it's just like the fact that someone from the most influential band on the planet just up and decided to make terrible paintings. because fuck it, he's richer than God. He doesn't have anything else to do.
I mean, yeah, Leonard Nimoy, the actor of Spock, he took photography and art as a hobby. He made some weird photographs, but hey, as long as he had fun. Like with the Star Trek royalties, that guy was rich once they came in. But yeah, the first 5 seasons of Thomas the Tank Engine are actually very good because they're not exclusively written for children. As the author of the books themselves said, you do not only write for the children, you also write for the parents who have to read these books over and over again. So what you have to
Yep.
do is you make fun adventures for the children, but also include good grown-up jokes that don't go too far, of course, and clever humor for the adults.
Honestly, I never really watched Thomas or read any of the books. I only know him through like honestly just through the fucking like memes and shit I've seen online. I've never once seen the original Thomas the Tank Engine.
I grew up with the show. I had the first season on VHS, and ouch, I bit my tongue.
Don't do that. That
Ow.
hurts.
Childhood was stuff like I remember watching a lot of like Backyardigans.
I never. No, I don't even know what it is.
It's basically just these anthropomorphic animal kids like going on adventures in their
Hmm.
imaginations. And trying to think. I also watched a lot of Rugrats.
Also, never seen that as a kid.
What else did I watch? Blue's Clues. I watched a lot of Blue's Clues.
That I watched. That I watched religiously.
I remember watching that on VHS a lot with Steve.
Yeah. And so my childhood shows were Thomas the Tank Engine, which gave me a love for trains that I have to this very day. Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder.
Builder. Can we do this?
No.
Oh.
That's the adult version of the song.
Like honestly, I know these shows are for children, but I think I could put certain Bob the Builder episodes in and still enjoy them today. Simply because of my
What else
nostalgia.
did I watch?
I'm trying to think of
I
SpongeBob.
I never watched Sesame Street, but I did watch Elmo's World.
I
I,
didn't see anything Muppets related as a kid.
my
It
main
didn't have it much
childhood
here.
show was Blue's Clues.
It took me a really long time to realize that Blue was a girl
Yeah, same. I
and
think I didn't
Magenta
realize
is a
that until I was a
dude.
grown up. Because I don't think in the German dubs they actually ever call her by any pronouns. Yeah, then despite not having Nickelodeon, we had Super RTL, which was basically a children's version of the most biggest German network, and they had many shows from all around the places. They had Disney
I
shows.
also I grew up on SpongeBob. Like
Yeah, so I did grew up with SpongeBob, Jimmy Neutron, and Cosmo and Wonder. Where your parents, despite not having Nickelodeon as a child,
yeah, all of those
because
shows I grew up with those,
yeah, because
especially like
Super RTL always had them.
SpongeBob, especially pre-movie SpongeBob. Like
Oh yeah.
I'm old enough to remember like when season 4 started premiering because I remember watching them with my grandma and it was
I
just
remember going into the movie.
same, same. I talked about this before with you guys, probably not in a video, about how me and a bunch of kids were collectively traumatized in a theater when we thought SpongeBob and Patrick fucking
I
died.
was the only one who actually didn't cry because I was already think smart enough to know movie tropes, and I knew that they would come back,
Well,
so I
good
didn't
for
cry.
you. 5-year-old me didn't know that. I like legitimately me right now as a 26-year-old man still can't sit through that scene.
Wait, you kind of suck right now.
I forget how to do literally everything. I'm in.
Um,
Okay, I was in Kingdom Hearts mindset. Okay.
This isn't Kingdom Hearts.
Wow, thank you. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm
But
always here to
yeah,
help. You don't have a Donald or a Goofy to come help you.
It's
I
not like
don't.
it's like they
Donald is
barely
not.
do anyway.
Yeah, like Donald most of the time dies after 5 seconds anyway.
Okay, well, you don't
So,
have a Donald or a Goofy to entertain you.
but yeah, oh, I still remember me and a friend in kindergarten. We actually loved the SpongeBob movie so much that every day we role played it. Like we just reenacted the scenes.
I remember watching this much. I don't remember if I like where or when I watched it, but I know I do remember seeing it for the first time.
Oh, I'm
And
a Goofy Goober, yeah. You're a
you are a
Goofy
goofy
Goober, yeah.
goober, yeah. We all are goofy goobers, yeah. Goofy
Goofy,
goofy
Goofy,
goober,
Goofy Goober,
yeah.
yeah! And just cuts the SpongeBob crying in a corner.
Yeah, and now I think that scene even more funny because now I understand that they had been got drunk on ice cream.
Are you really taking pictures of shit already?
Yes.
And you wanna know what even is more? But you know what I was the most traumatized by?
What?
I wanted that ice cream that SpongeBob and Patrick eat. What they get drunk on. I wanted that ice cream so badly. But I was always told, no, that doesn't exist. Like, they didn't even try to somehow give it to me.
Why do I always get the nuts? So we are 30 minutes in, and we have accomplished exactly nothing.
I got
We
Purah
lit
to
up a
upgrade my
furnace.
pad. I
And we
got
Yeah,
took some
that's
pictures.
so I got that.
and now we're taking pictures of wildlife and shit, which I thought we weren't even
It's
gonna do
part of the
until.
100%.
Yeah, I know
I
that, but
might
I
as well
thought we
do it
were
while
gonna
it's in
save
front.
that
I might as
until
well.
later.
Well, I might as well do it while it's in front of me. Especially with like lower level weapons, those become harder to find the further along you get in the game.
Oh yeah, and another thing that was more a part of my childhood was ironically One Piece.
Dude, fucking Naruto. I watched that way too young. I
I
remember
mean,
being a kid and like seeing that on I don't even remember where, but distinctly remember the scene of Itachi torturing Sasuke
oh god.
when I was like 7 or something.
Yeah, like I watched. The best part is I didn't watch the censored version, so all the blood
I
I saw
also
that.
I also distinctly remember I think this was a filler episode of a girl who like paints stuff and the paintings become true.
Yeah,
And
I
like
think that's a filler
Tsunade's
episode.
like looking into it and she finds a painting of herself getting stabbed through the torso.
Oh, ooh.
And I'm like, how is this allowed? This is for
Because
kids, right?
yeah, no, no. Oh, I still have so fond memories. I don't know why it has been burned into my memory. The ending screen of One Piece. With the opening instrumental, but slower instrumental running in the background, and Luffy, you saw Sanji saw it, Nami just standing in front of the flying lamp. That screen has been burned into my memory.
Also, if we're talking about like stuff like that, I remember just Scream Adventures of Billy and Mandy as a whole, really.
I
Yes,
never watched that. I wish I had. I feel like I would have really liked
Dude,
that as a
I
kid.
don't
you would
know
have
how
liked
I
it.
watched that show and half of the shit just didn't register with me as being disturbing
Yeah, me neither.
because sometimes that show can just get really gross and just
I mean, in the
really
opening, you literally see Billy and Mandy as just flesh. Like you see them without their skin in an X-ray. First their skeleton, then their muscles, and
there's a
then you
whole
see their full art.
episode where people get their brains sucked out and you actually see their brains.
Heck, and then Grim and Evil, the previous show, you literally have a brain in a jar as your main
I also
I
antagonist.
re-
mean,
And
I liked
like
Invader Zim as a kid.
freaking Billy and Mandy often had like like Mandy, like in front of a black void, just like saying shit.
Yeah, Mandy's
There was
disturbing.
always, whenever Billy and Mandy came on TV, there was this one episode where Mandy literally just fucking jump scares you. And I have always been afraid of seeing that episode and getting jump scared because I never expect it and I never remembered which episode it was.
My first episode of Billy of Mandy was the one where Mandy has to smile and it shatters reality, and suddenly Billy, Mandy, and Scully, I don't know what his English name was, the Grim Reaper,
Grim,
yeah, Grim wake up as the Powerpuff Girls.
uh, that is such a weird fucking ending. Like
I mean, I
the
didn't
most
mind it
out
as
of
the Powerpuff
fucking
Girls.
nowhere ending.
I love, yeah, but it was still funny. I always liked Grim. He was my favorite character.
I did that reminds me of like the SpongeBob episode that ends with a fucking gorilla riding on a zebra away into the sunset.
Yeah, yeah. Then it cuts to a family of humans watching it. The father shaking his head and turning off the TV.
Like fucking early SpongeBob was just a master of just like random
Yeah,
nonsense
that was
humor.
its strength. Like random scene, and then a muscular guy shows up on the screen and says, "Yeah, buns and ties."
Nosferatu.
Or the scene where SpongeBob and Patrick go through an actual realistic perfume shop.
Yeah.
Or
Okay, this is a newest.
Nosferatu.
Yeah. Wait, he was that one with the phone, and also the Oh, what was it?
Like how many kids even knew of fucking
I
Nosferatu?
had
I
no clue
didn't.
who that was. I had no
I
clue who
don't
that
think
guy
I
was.
knew until
That is
like
just
a
such a
couple years
random
ago.
fucking thing to include in your ending. Is like a silent film from the 20s
Yeah,
and
then of
him
course
flipping a switch.
the legendary scene. Is mayonnaise an instrument? No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument. Another scene that I love, it's from newer SpongeBob episode, where SpongeBob and Patrick take a tour to the surface, and we then get a surface version of the Krusty Krab with the voice actors playing basically themselves. Like we have SpongeBob's voice actor actually playing human version of SpongeBob.
I just completely tuned out of
Yeah, the
modern
later seasons are
SpongeBob.
not good, but those scenes are good because it's just fun seeing the voice actors actually on screen for once, and then
Like,
and Patchy the pirate. Who can forget
I,
that
I'll
guy?
I'll admit that it's just even like the early modern episodes, I didn't like mind
There
them
was
that much. I could watch them,
Yeah, there are still episodes that I really like the Cross Towers, the Night episode that I really like.
but the newest seasons
Yeah,
are just
especially the Squidward torture porn.
no, it's just literally just fucking fetish shit at this
Yeah,
point. It's fetish
one of
shit
the
and
worst,
nostalgia bait.
the one of the worst episode, the one where SpongeBob has a splinter in his thumb.
Honestly,
Like
that episode never really grossed me out.
It
like
didn't
I've
until I was an adult.
Yeah, when I was a kid, it didn't really gross me out that much. Now,
yeah, I mean I
honestly,
didn't like it then either, but that's because I just found it boring.
that's my problem with modern SpongeBob is that it's just not fucking funny. Like I don't know
Yes,
what happened to the humor after the movie, but it's
it's
just not
because most
funny.
of the original team isn't working on it anymore. Like it's the same with Fairy Odd Parents. The later episodes are completed utter
Like I could still
garbage.
watch stuff like the chocolate episode or like
Oh,
Krusty Krab
chocolate!
Krusty Krab training video, and sometimes
Dun.
I'll still grin
Or the
because
episode where they become superheroes. You wanna run me over to that mountain? You wanna see me do it again?
You know,
yeah,
the
like
funniest part of that is I've heard that like audio before, but I never realized what episode it came from until like a year ago.
That classic SpongeBob is a gem that cannot be beaten in my eyes. It's the perfect children's cartoon. It's funny, witty, and has just amazing storytelling. And it also
my
just still looks.
name's not Rick.
Is
Like it's
this the
just
Krusty
stupid shit
Krab?
like that. It's like why I love like classic SpongeBob so much because it just it does stupid humor just so well.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you didn't even talk to Paya.
Aw.
I She's busy. I
Yeah.
didn't want to disturb her.
Ah, that's the excuse. It's not because you just wanted to keep staring at her ass.
I mean, don't you?
I mean, I'm not saying no.
Link does.
Yeah.
He wants to see that mole on her ass.
Oh.
Hello.
Best girl.
Yay. Yeah, the chocolate episode was great. Or the first episode where Mrs. Puff got introduced, where SpongeBob cheats with the walkie-talkie in his head, and wears a cowboy
Can I
hat.
talk about how Mrs. Puff is literally just a criminal?
I mean,
Like I remember like the episode where she fakes SpongeBob acing his exam, and she envisions him going on a crime spree. And he's like, I have to run to a nearby town and change my name, start a new boating school. And it's like, no, not again. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I remember that now that you mention it.
and then of course it's not from the show, but it's from the most famous SpongeBob game. Don't ask questions you're not ready for to learn the answers for.
Like literally, she's just a criminal, and I love it.
Mm-hmm. There's actually a fan theory that SpongeBob always purposefully fails at his test because he subconsciously doesn't want things to change, and because of that, he always fails.
Funny thing is that I think at some point they state that his like birth year is like 1985 or 1986. So like canonically, he's like a teenager. He's just really naive.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the earlier seasons, he's like literally the only one that likes the Krusty Krab, because if you notice on the Krusty Krab, just like tends to go into like business failure a lot. Like I swear, like every other episode, Mrs. Krab is like, profits are way low this month. We're not getting any customers.
I
But
feel like
like in
they
the
have to
Yeah,
later,
like, they have to like constantly do PR stunts to.
yeah. I
yeah, and
think
it,
the Krabby Patty secret formula and that how beloved Krabby Patties are came much later.
yeah, and it's like especially in the earlier seasons, I find myself relating to Squidward a lot more than I'd like.
Yeah, a German YouTuber once said, "As a child, I hated Squidward, and now I'm thinking, God damn it, I am Squidward now."
Or at least SpongeBob Squidward is my spirit animal, pretty
Yeah,
much.
same, same. Early Squidward is my favorite character, which is why I now hate the Squidward torture porn even more. Like that scene where SpongeBob is helping him remodel his house and he literally loses a piece of a foot.
Oh my
Ugh.
god, do not. Oh my fuck, god.
I think
Uh,
the way
I
that
just
I've
remembered that toenail scene, and fuck.
the way that
Oh!
people describe it is that it used to be better because he would do something and then karma would hit
Yeah, like he
him.
actually deserved it.
Yeah, well,
Like the
there's
prank
like
episode.
I should mention like the pizza episode. There's like a great moment at the end where Squidward just like stands up for SpongeBob,
Yeah, because yeah, SpongeBob annoys the fire out of him, but he still kind of likes him in an annoying little brother sort of way.
and the time travel episode where he admits that he misses SpongeBob. It's like, yeah, he's kind of a dick and he gets annoyed at SpongeBob, but he still doesn't
Yeah,
like
but
him.
yeah, like he doesn't wish any actual harm on him. Well, modern Squidward, I generally believe if SpongeBob would just die, he would just go, eh,
I
and
remember the
start
April
reading his
Fool's
newspaper.
episode where he's like, why is it whenever I have fun it's wrong?
Am I the only one who thinks these fairies are super disturbing?
No, there's a lot of people that do. Don't worry.
Yeah. Although I like prefer this design over the original N64 design.
Yeah.
The fairies kind of remind me of Amy Schumer. I don't know why.
I have no clue who that is.
Good.
America's most hated comedian.
Ah, okay.
She just makes a lot of gross jokes about herself.
Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I
I distinctly
I don't even
remember.
want to like talk about it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but I will just say this. Netflix literally removed like the voting system because her special, like on Netflix, was so heavily
Oh
disliked.
yeah, was did she also like when she got a Netflix special, she thought of herself so highly that she thought she deserved to be paid as much as like Kevin Hart.
Uh, I don't even know who that is.
That's the best
But
joke she's ever told.
oh yeah. Oh, what I
Uh,
also loved as a kid was the crossover between Jimmy Neutron and Fairy Odd Parents.
Oh my god, I remember that.
everybody loves that.
Yeah, even
Dude, I love
yeah.
that. There's also Neppy, did you see Wishology?
Yes, that's those where
That's
with
like one of
the
my
robot
favorite
Oh,
like
with the
posts.
killer
Like
robot, right?
it's like Timmy going against like the Great Darkness or whatever it
Yes,
was.
I love those. In my eyes, that should have been the series finale.
Like
Wishology is like I think firmly set in stone the kind of like villain kind of stuff that I like.
Yeah,
Like
it's such a
a
good
great
trilogy. It
cosmic
is.
threat.
I remember when it was first airing, I was actually like engaged with it because I thought, it's like, man, I really want to see how where this goes. I want to see how
yeah,
this
and I
ends.
also liked how he teamed up with all of his villains and how he technically got the girl.
At least until the end where they had to wipe everyone's memories. But
Yeah,
it's still a good movie, like a good
yeah, like it was a
trilogy.
good. Yeah, I liked them a lot. Like I said, for me, that should have been the finale of the show.
Like
Hmm.
that in Channel Chasers.
Yeah,
Channel
those
Chasers
were.
is like the a lot of people compare Channel Chasers to like what the SpongeBob movie was to SpongeBob.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
yeah,
also
I
really
can
good.
see it. Channel Chasers
Yeah.
is really good. I mean, I think that was like kind of in the same vein as Wishology, is like where you can see the series ending.
Mhm.
Although the sequel series with the new girl is pretty good, from what I heard.
Yeah, I read and I want to watch
People
it.
were really iffy about it for the first half, and then the second half really drew people in.
I'm looking so forward to seeing Proof again, but now as a grown up.
Oh, he's so
Excuse you
from
with
the scenes
Carrie
that I
now.
have seen, he's so good.
Yeah, like I genuinely like
It's
what they're
so
doing
funny
with him.
because I've seen so many people be like, it's crazy how one of the people's least favorite characters from the original show is now one of their favorites from the new show.
Yeah, granted, I always liked
Well,
Proof
that's what
when he was a
happens
kid.
when you make a character that doesn't just say poof all the time.
Yeah,
Like
granted, he
they
was a
actually gave
baby,
him a
so I can.
personality.
Yeah, and also
And I
Vicky
love
getting her comeuppance.
from from the clips I saw, like his personality is just basically like him being a newbie fairy and him constantly being coddled by Cosmo and Wanda, which
Yeah,
is
You know
really
what I think
cute.
my favorite clip from the show is
What?
was when Cosmo and Wanda are talking to Vicky, and like they're
yeah,
like yelling at her, and like Cosmo slips up. It's like this is for what you did to Timmy. I mean, it's just
yeah.
it's so adorable.
I saw a video that basically
Also, I
explained
want to
why Cosmo.
mention, I did not expect them to bring back the fucking son of freaking Dale Dimmadome
Del
as
Dimmadome
like the
from the
central
Del
character,
Dimmadome.
like the son, like the son of Dale Dimmadome's son, who is only in like one episode.
I'm surprised they even remember Del Dimmadome.
Not Dale. Yeah. Well, Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale whatever the
Dimmadome.
fuck it was. Can't even like Doug Dimmadome and then Dale Dimmadome and then his son being a central character.
Oh yeah, and
Like
the
Doug's
Vicky
son
song is
just grew up
still
to be like this rich asshole.
not surprised. At first, I actually thought he would be the son of that other witch kid that was Timmy's rival.
Remy Bucks aplenty.
Yeah, that had that
I forgot his
Hispanic
fucking name.
guy.
I only know it because I've watched people talk about the show, so it's like it's in the forefront of my mind at the moment.
I'm actually surprised that they haven't brought back the Hispanic character yet.
Juan Decimo.
Yeah. But yeah, I always liked
I
him.
literally only remember him for the gag where he constantly rips his shirt off.
It's not a
But
gag.
yeah, the
That's
show.
just his character.
Yeah. I saw a video that basically boiled down why the show became more and more bad. For example, Timmy, yeah, Timmy always was selfish, but he still had a kind heart. But in the Neo episode, he's just a selfish asshole.
I love
They
that the
also just
sequel show
started.
pretty much has all these rules that can be tied back to Timmy and the shit that he's done. Like
Apparently,
Father
Yeah.
Time has a moment where he's like, "Yeah, you can't do shit with time," and it's like, "Yeah, that's because Timmy kind of like froze time for 50 years."
I think another reason people started hating it was because they were just breaking their own rules and having
Yeah.
just like the fairies interact with normal people just all the time.
Yeah, like there's an episode where Timmy's dad is just around and sees Cosmo and Wanda.
Also, I kind of tuned out after they introduced that like dog character.
Yeah, I never even got that
Sparky.
far.
I
I
don't.
never even got to
Does he even
Sparky.
show up again? I don't fucking remember.
He stopped
No,
showing up like 2 seasons before the end. They
Yeah,
just kind
but
of
yeah,
they just kind of forgot it. Although they did
yeah.
reference him in A New Wish, which when
Also, another issue
Wanda
was that
what
Wanda
did he
had
get
like
put
a
down?
like no Wanda had a to-do list and it was like there was three things on it. I don't remember what the third one was. One of them was feed Sparky, and then the other one, which had a line through it, was commit tax fraud.
Also, I just remembered this like from one of the earlier seasons. Like, you know how they had like the Hall of Infamy with all the bad kids?
I
The
think so.
thing, the one line is like, "We didn't abandon you. You took out Archduke Ferdinand and plunged the world into World War I."
Ooh.
So great.
I was like, God damn. So the Holocaust happened in Fairly Odd Parents. That's cool.
No, the Holocaust was World War Two.
Yeah, but they call it World War I, which pretty much says that World War II happened.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Another reason why the show just got worse is because Cosmo and Wanda went from a genuinely loving and
Oops.
caring pair to hating each other.
Which is,
Uh,
I'm happy that like the very start of Newish, they basically were like, okay, yeah, we fixed this.
Well, that's
Yeah, like
because Butch Hartman in general is just a really hateful and spiteful piece of shit.
yeah, he's genuinely a horrible person.
And surprise, surprise, when you take him out of the show, suddenly it's 10 times better. The only thing I didn't really agree on was Timmy being like the old fat version of himself
No, that
that
wasn't
they made
him.
jokingly.
That wasn't Timmy.
That wasn't
That
actually
wasn't
him.
him?
No, it was
No,
just
that's not
it was
him.
just
That's
a
not the.
reference. He never
Yeah,
actually showed up in the show. They kept what happened to
yeah.
him
Not yet,
ambiguous.
at least. That will probably get a second
Oh.
season, so we probably will see him at some time. I kind of hope that they go with the TV, the zapping
Channel,
episode.
yeah, Channel Chasers ending.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
I'm
he's
kind of
now
hoping
a
that they go with
businessman.
him having his two kids like Tina and Tommy.
Yeah, that they maybe can turn up, but we don't know. Or maybe we get to know his kid, but he doesn't say his last name, and then it's a reveal in the last episode of the show that's Timmy's kid.
That would be pretty cool.
And maybe as a cool scene, have him see Cosmo and Wanda and wink. As a small hint, yes, he still remembers. He somehow managed to pass a last. What's the name of the muscular guy?
Jorgen.
Yeah, a
Gorgon Bond
last
Strangle,
screw.
toughest fairy in the universe.
Yeah, a last screw you to Jordan. He managed to find a way to retain his memories. He to surpass that one last rule.
If Crocker could do it, he could do it.
Yeah,
Crocker kind of did it by accident.
Still,
yeah. Where Crocker is more like he relearned about it. He doesn't remember himself having fairies, I think.
And I love that like Cosmo and Wanda accidentally forgot about Crocker. Like they were hit he was
Yeah,
well
they
they were
were
his
hit.
godparents and then they accidentally like men in black themselves into forgetting about him. I just
Yeah,
thought
it's
that was a
actually
funny
really
detail.
sad if you think about it. But I think if they didn't do that, it would in turn, it would otherwise bring too much baggage to the show. Like can't imagine Cosmopolitan would enjoy seeing what became
What?
out of one of.
What happened?
Yeah,
I
they
missed
kicked
it.
the bombs.
I've never seen that before.
This is the Let's Play curse in action, Red. When you're playing a game and recording it, weird shit happens. That's
Mm,
just the rule of law.
I guess. Just I mean, of course, I mean, it makes sense. I've never seen that happen before. Although to be fair, it's because by the time like I usually get good weapons, and then I don't really use the bombs for combat.
I cannot tell you the amount of times I've accidentally blown myself up with the bombs on my first
yeah.
playthrough.
Everybody
Oh,
has. Some people do it intentionally.
another thing that I just realized. In one episode, Jorgen actually explained to Timmy that most children snitch about their fairies very quickly and lose them again, and Timmy is one of the few that managed to actually last an entire year. Maybe if you manage to last until you're 18, you actually get rewarded with not forgetting your fairies. That could be like a cool addition to the rules.
I can see it happening, honestly, because it's not like there's. I think it
Yeah,
would.
like yeah. So go on.
I was gonna say that fairies kind of just live forever, and there's enough kids in the world where I can actually see a lot of them just like doing stuff that gets them caught, or like telling their friends about their fairies and just like doing stupid shit. So yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah, because when they manage this long, then they have proven that yeah, they can be trusted with their secret, and it cannot hurt to always have some adults around that are in the know, in case it's ever needed or something like that. And that would be a
Fairies always come to children that are just like neglected by their parents.
yeah. Or imagine we learn Timmy now works as a scout, like he looks around and finds children that need fairy godparents, and then he informs Jorgen of it. That would also be kind of cool. Like he's still working for the fairies in some way.
Didn't
I do
Jorgen
think that
show up?
if they do put him in a second season, they are going to do something special with him. I have a feeling it's going to be more than just like a normal reference.
Yeah, either he's gonna be a cameo that they save for the very last episode, or they gonna do something really cool with him. Like they have proven that these people that make this show genuinely love it, so it's very clear
Red,
that
you
they,
fucking monster.
yeah, so it's very clear that they're not just gonna do something stupid with him.
Hmm.
There's actually this one
I wonder if
animation.
they'll like bring up that self-insert girl that they shoved in like the last seasons.
Oh,
Chloe.
but please, yeah, no,
I don't
please.
even remember her name.
I never seen a single episode
I
with her,
swear
and I
to
know
I never
God,
did
nothing
it,
about
either.
it. Why don't you even have fairy godparents? Alive is, from what I know, she doesn't need them. If they
Their
need,
reasoning was like really dumb, if I recall, but I can't
you
remember what
know,
exactly it was.
you know
it
what's
was
even
like
worse?
they were like running out of fairies to give to kids for some reason.
No, not that. The why she needed them in the first place.
Oh yeah.
You know what's also, you know what's even worse? They didn't need to invent a new character. They could have just used Vicky's little sister.
Oh, I forgot she had a little sister.
Although,
Jesus.
yeah, although Timmy actually gave her his fairies fund and it was a total disaster. So actually, I heard a theory that she used to have fairies, but she was so out of control with them that they got taken away in like 2 or 3 days.
What was her name again? I completely forgot
Tootie.
Tootie.
about her. Tootie. Jesus, it's been so long since I seen her. I
It's
forgot she
also
existed.
generally like she's the one that Timmy actually ends up with.
I mean,
And that was
I
the
was.
thing in the live action movies, but it's kind of just generally accepted that
We
that's
do not
probably the
talk.
case.
Oh my god, I
We
forgot
do not.
about the live action movies.
We do not talk about those live action movies. Oh, that
Freaking Drake
horrible.
Bell as Timmy, the perfect casting choice, obviously.
Yeah. Or that he was still in 10th class and how he's so, like, he was a grown up, but he was still going to school, and how he so easily outpaced Jorgen about why he can't have Cosmo and Wanda taken away from him. That was so ridiculous.
I did like I don't remember which it was, but God, how fucking old was Drake Bell in that movie?
At least in his 30s. Like, how old was he doing Drake and Josh?
I think it was like in his 20s. Because I
Yeah, like,
remember when like a Drake and Josh holiday special came out in like 2009, something like that.
he
But
wasn't
yeah, with the stuff you
way
know about
older.
Drake,
He was 25.
Oh,
yeah, with the stuff you know about Drake Bell now, seeing him acting
hey,
as a kid and being around other kids,
yeah.
it's like, this didn't age too well.
Yeah, which is kind of sad because I still
It's like
love
when you
Drake and
watch
Josh as
Little
a
Bill and
show.
see Bill Cosby.
The worst part is the Bill Cosby show is still one of my all-time favorite shows.
I
But that
didn't
is
even
because
realize Little Bill was like a reference to Bill Cosby because I didn't know who Bill Cosby was.
I didn't know what Little Bill is, so I did never realize that.
Hmm.
Like, my only connection to Bill Cosby is the Bill Cosby show, which my mother watched, and that I then simply watched with her and loved it as a kid. I still do, and honestly, the way I simply have completely disconnected the character of the main character of that show with Bill Cosby.
There was
I know it's
also
called.
Bad Albert.
Yeah, I also never watched that. I only know that from a trailer that I had on a
I only
DVD.
know that from a YouTube video where a guy was doing like a challenge on YouTube to find a specific kind of video and a certain number of clicks, and he did it with Fat Albert on one of them, and
Yeah,
I
that's how I
remember
that's
the
how I
clip
learned about it.
where Albert's teacher talks about a kid who's retarded.
Ooh.
Like they literally just name drop retarded in a kid show.
Oh. That that
Well,
hasn't aged well at
it
all.
was like the '60s, so like
Yeah, I know. I've still, I know. You have to look past that and watch such stuff through the lens of the
it's just in hindsight, it's
time.
like,
But
ugh.
yeah, it makes you wince when you see something like that. Which is why I honestly, when it's something old, I try to just ignore that stuff because
It's
it
like
my
all
that
the
logic.
Tom and Jerry cartoons with blackface.
Yeah,
Like, man, you know this is old.
like yeah, with the old stuff, you always have to remember that. Just try to ignore that and remember that back then it was different, and now it would not work anymore. But if you not do that, you just ruin a lot of stuff from your childhood.
Actually, let me look it up. How old was Fat Albert supposed to be?
I have no
Because I
idea.
do not buy him being like like a student.
I'm
How
surprised that
old
Cosmo and
is
Wanda actually never got a theatrical movie.
Albert?
Like, wasn't it like the second biggest show Nickelodeon had besides SpongeBob?
Yes.
But then again, considering how long it took SpongeBob to get a second movie,
Fat Albert is 14.
wow.
What?
Ooh, that one hasn't aged quite so well. So, what did you guys see first? The Jimmy Neutron show or the movie?
The show.
The show. I've
I,
never
I
seen the
think
movie.
I think I saw the movie first,
I
but I could
have
be wrong.
watched the movie, but I remember being exposed to the show
I
first.
didn't I didn't know there was a movie until years after the fact.
Yeah, like it was a movie first. I didn't know that. I thought the show came first and then the movie.
Yeah, it's like aliens take over and steal their
Uh,
parents, and they
yeah,
like rig
and
up
they we
like playground or amusement park
they go
rides to
to
go into
Retroland
space.
and yeah, turn all the amusement park attractions into spaceships.
Like as a kid, I remember thinking that was really cool.
It was cool. It's one of the best scenes and best ideas in the movie. The movie had.
But Jimmy Neutron, like I just kind of watched that passively. I remember owning a VHS tape on it. I remember specific episodes of
I had the movie on VHS.
like them sneaking into an amusement park because of like a legend somebody told them. There was also another episode of like
The
a
Nick
haunted
Fusion episode.
pizza.
Yeah, the Nick or the episode where they basically parody James Bond, the secret agent episode.
The fucking beautiful, gorgeous character, whatever the
Oh
hell her name was.
yeah, and she was yeah, beautiful, gorgeous, and she was got a calamitous daughter.
And I remember an episode where Pants gained sentience. That was
Yes,
a
because Jimmy was too lazy to hang them up normally.
There's ducks.
that was an episode.
Yeah. There were also a surprising amount of Jimmy Neutron games. The original game had 2 games, had 3 games. There was the absolutely shitty PS2 version, the actually really cool computer PC version where you can run around Retroville
Did
as an
you
open world.
did you watch Ed, Edd and Eddie?
My God.
And
No.
yes and no. Like I knew it, I saw a few episodes, but I never liked it.
I remember like I was a really big fan of it. I remember um when it was still airing new episodes and the
I heard the video game is good.
I played that game a lot, honestly. The
Like
Misadventures.
yeah, like I heard it's on par with Battle for Bikini Bottom, so
Did you guys ever watch
Yeah.
Flapjack?
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know what that
Dude,
is.
I do not know how that show didn't fuck me up with the amount of disturbing shit that is in that show. Like the fucking episode where Captain Knuckles goes like insane from like candy.
Hmm.
I wish I
It's just
remember. I wish I remembered more of that. I know I watched it a lot when I was younger, but I remember so little of it.
Oh
there
yeah,
was also an
one.
episode where like Flapjack meets like this kid and Flapjack's like, you need to grow up. And the kid's like, grow up? I'm 38 years old. And it just zooms into to like a really grotesque,
Oh.
realistic old man face. And I specifically remember the ending of that episode because for some fucking reason they bring him back and he just like laughs creepily in front of a black screen before they show his face again. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
One show I remember watching as a kid was Megas XLR.
Dude, my best friend loves that show. I never seen a lick of it.
It's so fucking cool. It's so stupid, and it loves taking the riff out of Gundam-like shows. And it has so many anime references. Like one of the weapons of Megas is just flat out the Yamato from Space Battleship Yamato.
I
It's so
remember
freaking cool and
good old
insane.
Camp Lazlo.
Oh, I hated that show.
I didn't really hate it. Um, it was just
I
like
liked it for a while, but I think eventually Laszlo just annoyed the shit out of me. I was the dark character.
I
I was
remember
just
the
annoyed by
episode where
everyone.
like some meat monster came to life and like the ending specifically where it's like it's revealed the meat monster had literally killed Laszlo and the group and they just laugh
Oh,
creepily before it cuts to black and everybody starts screaming. Like, huh, what the
yeah.
fuck was with Cartoon Network show just traumatizing you?
I don't know. I mean, the Cartoon
Samurai
Network
Jack
shows
had
in.
that a lot too.
Yeah, but Samurai Jack had from the beginning a way more adult theme.
Like, I remember the episode of him being in the haunted house a lot.
I remember the episode where he was running around naked. That was the
And
first episode I ever saw.
I remember the moment in the show where he finds like his old home.
Ooh, oh yeah, that's ooh. That couldn't have been good. I sadly never seen many episodes of Samurai Jack as a kid, which I hate because I think I would have loved the show. But the
It's an
opening,
amazing show.
like the
I just
opening, is of course burned in my memory.
I just didn't like season 5 that much, honestly. Like they were clearly building up for a different ending in season 4 that they just completely abandoned in season 5.
What other shows did I know as a kid? Every one of you ever seen My School Friend is a Monkey?
Oh, my gym
Oh my
partner is a
God, I remember
monkey.
that one.
I hated it.
I used to
I
be into that show. I distinctly remember the episode where the freaking monkey character like scrapes asbestos off the ceiling and eats it like it's popcorn.
oh
And I actually tried that shit. I actually like got up on my
oh
bed and tried to scrape off asbestos off the ceiling and tried to eat it because I thought it was popcorn. Like,
My
is this really
God.
oh
something you want to teach your kids to
oh
eat asbestos?
Yes.
why had it? Okay. What about Robot Boy?
Oh, I remember seeing
No.
snippets of that, but I never fully watched it.
That one doesn't sound
Okay.
familiar at all.
Basically, a brilliant scientist gives this super advanced robot that acts like a little boy to this other little kid, so he can protect him from an evil, stereotypical
It's like
Chinese
basically just the
scientist.
whole show is Robot Boy wanting to be human.
Yeah, and he's super adorable.
I
And
remember drawing a lot of pictures of him
yeah,
on the few
and
episodes that
then
I
he
did see
has
because
super active mode, which is basically him going to killer robot mode, which he
dude, I
from
love the super active mode.
yeah.
Everybody should have one of those.
How he slams his hand together and you slowly see as a silhouette his super active form grow behind him and then he transforms into it. That was always the best moment of the show.
Did you see God, I can't pronounce this. Shaolin Showdown.
Shaolin Showdown, yes. Sadly, it was not a show that ran often where I lived, so I didn't see it that
I
much.
remember catching a lot of episodes and I loved it. It was like basically like for martial arts students going
Yeah,
around collecting
and
artifacts.
one of them being Krillin.
About like Chowder.
Dude, I love
Ugh.
Chowder.
Did you know if you look up videos of all the fourth wall breaks, it's like half an hour usually.
Dude, the
Rada,
fourth
rada,
wall didn't fucking exist in that show. I
rada.
distinctly remember the gag where like Gazpacho is cleaning off the screen and they show the Cartoon Network logo and Chowder's like, "Why don't you clean that one?" It's like, that one doesn't come off. I tried.
Rada, 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 rada.
There's also the moment where the literal creator of the show saves Schnitzel from falling to his death. Like he
Yeah,
shows up as like a puppet and like erases like the chains on him. He's like, "Schnitzel, it's me, your creator."
Hey, it's me, God.
No, it's like he literally refers to himself as like CH Greenblatt, his literal fucking name. He's like, "I'm your creator."
as a kid, I didn't like Shouter, but I think if I would watch it nowadays with friends, I would probably actually enjoy it a
Yeah,
lot.
I think
It's
I feel the same way.
it is such a good show.
Okay, now he
Like
comes
Cartoon
up
Network
here.
used to have some fucking amazing cartoons.
I don't remember if this is a Cartoon Network show, but I don't think anyone of you will know it. Have you ever seen the Top Secret show?
Top Secret show?
It's basically a show about the secret agent.
No.
Yeah,
Um,
the only thing I really remember, it was
are you
very
talking about
corn.
Special Agent Oso?
No,
No, I
uh,
doubt it.
no, it was a very cheap drawn cartoon made in Flash, I think.
I don't remember that.
No, not at all.
The leader of the organization, his running gag was, for reasons of national security, my name, as you know, is daily different. Today my name is Fluffy Bunny Butt. And I would
That
name
sounds a little familiar,
Yeah,
actually.
I was
yeah, like
about to say that sounds so vaguely familiar, but I
yeah, like
don't know what
every
you're talking about. I'll have to
episode
look
he
it
had
up.
a different name. Show you guys a screenshot. And the opening was always that sweet grandma wanted to make the Fluffle Bundle show with a rabbit, but then the agents came in and cleared the entire stage. Okay.
I love how we're not even commenting on the game most of the time. Like
Well, the
we're literally
commentary is
just
still
talking.
really funny, though.
Secret.
It's very fun to listen to.
And that I use Google, it doesn't show me much about the show, so yeah, here. An image from the show.
Hmm. Yeah, honestly, I don't remember watching this. I remembered the League of Super Evil.
I don't know that.
It was basically just like a group of like losers trying to be like the best villains in the world and constantly failing.
actually, actually, maybe that rings a bell.
There he is.
Okay, what other shows? Ah, going to think. Well, the obvious, of course, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh.
I just posted a
Uh,
screenshot.
I the
Yes, I seen that. Now I
Yeah,
remember it.
I
Yeah,
only
I didn't.
let me see. Looks
like
familiar.
the little red
Oh,
character. I forget.
yeah, the I oh my god, I remember him. I don't think I watched a whole lot of this, but I remember that guy. Oh,
Yeah, I just remember him being like just this little scheming shit.
Yeah,
He was basically kind of like Zim from Invader Zim a little
yeah.
bit.
He honestly kind of looks like Zim if he was wearing a wetsuit. This is what Zim has become. That's now my head gone. This is Zim.
I remember
Banished
an
from his
episode where
people.
he's literally just having beef with two neighborhood kids over the fact that he doesn't have any channels on his cable. So he literally makes up a whole scheme to hijack a satellite to get 1 gazillion channels and show it off to these two kids. And the ending is like the bill collector comes like, you need to pay me 1 gazillion dollars. Like, I don't have a gazillion dollars. That is just
Yeah,
God.
I didn't watch it a lot, but I
Oh,
watched it.
like I'm like chaining on all these obscure like Cartoon Network shows. Hero 108.
Oh yes, I love that. Again, something I didn't see all that much because
It was that and freaking Skunk Fu.
yeah, Skunk Fu. I remember that too.
Like Cartoon Network had a lot of these like obscure cartoons
Mhm.
like back in the 2000s that I just like I'm like chaining on
Yeah.
all of them. It's like, oh yeah, that's it. I also remember when Cartoon Network decided that they were too good for cartoons and made a bunch of live action shows.
oh my god, I remember that so distinctly. I think the thing is, I genuinely liked Destroy Build Destroy, but I can totally see
Destroy!
that
Build!
it sucked.
Destroy! I remember the episode where they brought on a fucking like WWE wrestler for that show. I think it was like the
Okay, I
Miz.
just typed in okay, I just typed in Cartoon Network 2000 to see if I see anything. Oh,
There was
Foster's House
also
for Imaginary Friends.
I watched like a couple of episodes of that, but it never clicked with me.
there was also Dude, What Would Happen, which was basically just like Jackass but for kids. And like the Other Siders, which was just like Ghost Hunters but for kids.
Oh, what about Kid Next Doors?
I remember watching that a lot.
I watched a fair amount of episodes of that too, but
The
I don't
fucking
remember any of it.
special, I remember the fucking special where like number one's dad is like number zero. I
Yeah,
remember
I
loving
love
the hell
that.
out of that. That
Mhm.
ending, that ending actually made me cry. Like his dad,
Yeah,
like
that does.
willingly gives up his memories, and like Nigel's like having a breakdown about it.
But he still learns to appreciate his dad, and he also learns that his greatest enemy is his uncle.
It's like it's just so sad, man, because like that special like implies so many fucked up things. Like the the kids from down the lane are actually just like brainwashed former agents.
Yeah, that is generally creepy to think
And it's
about.
like that is such a fucked up thing. Like these were actually like really nice and really heroic kids that just got brainwashed and they don't even fix it by the end. Like they just go back to like their old brainwashed selves.
Hmm.
I was like, huh.
Because I think if the show, if that actually had been intended to be the show's great finale, then maybe they would have fixed it. But because the show continued on, they needed them as recurring villains. But maybe they could have kept it as like a side plot. Always Nigel trying to find a way to cure them permanently.
Because like the whole like reveal that like God, what was the name of the like pure black dude with like the red outline?
I think he's
Father?
just called the father. Yeah.
Yeah, father, like being revealed to be his uncle. And like they
Hmm.
literally changed his voice actor like mid like transformation. Because I specifically remember like the voice. He like voiced like every fucking dad in the Cartoon Network show. But yeah, like Conan Kids Next Door, the whole like they get brainwashed into forgetting about the organization was like a neat idea, but also kind of sad in hindsight. Because like I said, like Nigel's father just like isn't actually his father. He's just like brainwashed into forgetting about all of it. And Nigel got to know his real dad, and he has to like come to terms with the fact that he's never going to meet him again.
Yeah, and there's another crisis requires him, which honestly would not be good. What about Teen Titans?
Dude, I
Nope,
fucking love Teen Titans.
I never watched it.
You
I
should
also,
fix that
yeah,
I
immediately.
I also,
watched. I watched the. I think it was the finale, the Tokyo thing.
Well, that was just a special movie.
Okay,
The original Teen Titans never had a proper finale,
I watched
which is
that,
a
that's
and that
fucking
was it.
same.
crime against humanity.
Yeah. I also watched Powerpuff Girls a lot as a kid.
Uh, I felt so weird about Powerpuff Girls because I thought it was like I felt like a girl watching it.
Honestly, that never. I even as a kid, I didn't care for that. Like I
Well, it
openly
was kind
watched
of
Winx
when you're
Club.
growing up in America, people call you gay over
Yeah, that's
everything.
yeah, that's different. Yeah.
And I was
Oh,
like,
me too.
I can't like I felt like if I watched Powerpuff Girls, I would be somehow less of a man, even though it was like fucking six.
Yeah, luckily I got over that the moment I watched an episode of Winx Club and realized, shit, it is actually really good. So that was the moment I completely got over that. Like I also openly watched My Little Pony as a kid.
God, those
Uh,
guys can shoot so far.
yeah, those those freaking Octoroks are so annoying. Anyway, yeah, we're playing a game here. I completely like zoned out of it to talk about childhood
Yeah,
cartoons.
same. I didn't even notice that my screen actually has stopped showing the stream. Wait, I try to.
You've been going on for almost we've been going on for almost an hour and a half.
Yeah, I was gonna have us go to then, and then I was gonna say something.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. I'm enjoying it immensely.
Did any of you ever seen the Super Mario Bros. Super Show?
No,
I did, weirdly enough. I remember renting it from like when Netflix was still like a service where you could rent DVDs from them.
old
I
man.
remember renting it through net back in like
I
what?
according to that, you're old now.
O- Okay, like fuck you, but still.
I mean, I'm old too. I mean, I bought it on DVD.
I remember renting it from Netflix. That and like Sonic Underground.
Sonic
Sonic
Underground.
Underground.
I love that show. I don't care how bad it apparently is. It's my favorite Sonic show of all
I've
time.
never seen it, but I know that intro so well.
Like the DVD I rented, like the Mario show had like an episode where like they get like Hercules back into shape because he like turned out to be just like some old fat guy. There was also an episode where Bowser like drinks a nice potion to sway the people into becoming like the king of the Mushroom Kingdom. But like he's literally like what the nice potion did was like he just added nice into every single sentence that he said. And that was just him being nice. Like, I'm nice, Bowser. Look how nice I am giving you these nice flowers and these nice chocolates. It was like,
the DVD I have has like 3 episodes on it. I don't remember the third one, but I know the first one is them being in the Mech Machine Kingdom, and Bowser wearing like a mech suit that makes him super dangerous.
Come on.
And then there
There
was
you go.
also a haunted castle episode where he's a vampire now, that that drinks spaghetti sauce. I actually really liked it as a kid. I don't think I have the DVD anymore.
I also remember the YouTube meme of where it sounds like that Mario saying, "Oh fuck you, Luigi." I remember that.
I actually really liked the live action sequences. I thought
I
they were
don't know,
charming.
man. Mario looks like a fucking porn star.
I mean, I think he's played by a wrestler.
Like I'm just hardcore, almost imagining live action Mario and Luigi to whip their dicks out and start fucking each other.
Luckily, I never had that. I just enjoyed them as
That
they were.
that inadvertently reminded me of the live action Scooby Doo movies
Oh, I loved that
Oh
so
my
much.
god.
where they literally look like they're being shot in like a porn set.
I I
Especially the second movie.
I still kind of love these movies because I grew up with them.
I
I
don't
love the,
remember the second one, but I watched. I love the first one so much.
I
Yeah,
love how
even
they turned Scrappy Doo into like this deranged twist villain that has a grudge against everybody.
yeah, like Scrappy Doo wasn't that bad. Like, yeah, he's a bit annoying, but he wasn't that horrible. People
Like
like to exaggerate how bad he
even
is.
in like in every subsequent like show or movie, they like refer to this to Scrappy Doo as like this Cthulhu-esque monster that nobody speaks of and
Yeah,
nobody
like
wants
there's
to
literally
even
one
think
scene
about.
where in the Mystery Incorporated, there's literally a scene where they find a statue of Scrappy Doo, and like one of them says, "We agree to never talk about it again."
Like, don't look at it, Daphne.
Oh,
It was
Mystery
like
Incorporated is so freaking good.
I didn't even think Scrappy was that annoying, but I just
Me
love the way
neither.
that they treat him like he's just like this demon.
Yeah, like he really isn't that annoying once to get once like yeah, he is a bit annoying, but he's by no means the worst part of that era of the show.
I remember watching um the Hex Girls. I remember like watching specials on them and like an older special where like they're like on go-karts and racing around with classic monsters like Frankenstein and other stuff.
Yeah, I grew up mostly with What's New Scooby Doo and with Scooby and Shaggy Got a Clue.
Dude, I remember
I
the
hated Scooby
special
Doo as a
with
kid.
the Loch Ness monster. I remember that
Yeah,
special.
I'm
I
pretty.
watched that special a lot.
Yeah, I loved Scooby Doo, Scooby and Shaggy Got a Clue because it was simply cool to have a show that just focuses on them, and the
And
villain is generally entertaining to watch. Fives is a great villain.
Cyber Chase, Zombie Island.
Yeah, the specials are all great.
When I was a kid, I hated Scooby Doo because I was under the impression that every episode was the same and that it
I
wasn't
mean,
original
I
at
mean,
all.
it
yeah,
kind
it's
of is
basically
for like
it's
the
a
'60s
formula.
show, and
Yeah, like and what New Scooby Doo is just more modern '60s show basically. Like they go a bit more experimental, but yeah, at the end of the day, it is the same formula every show. Which
I
is why I like
distinctly remember the special with Scooby Doo and the Harlem Globetrotters.
there's a wrestling special.
Don't remind me of the wrestling special.
Honestly, I kind of want to watch it. I especially want to watch it with Web, simply so he can give me, tell me how accurate the
I
depictions
honestly
of the
would be down to
wrestlers
like
are.
watch all the like the stupid Scooby Doo specials. Like
Same.
the Harlem Globetrotters is an infamous one, so
In one
infamously
episode, they fought
stupid.
against the Penguin and Joker.
There's yeah, they also did like a crossover with Batman Brave and the Bold,
That's also a great special from what
which
I
is an
heard.
underrated Batman show for the
There's
record. I
Yes,
love that show so
there's
much.
actually another special where there's a cool scene. They are investigating Bruce Wayne's house, and Fred finds the secret entrance to the Batcave, like the button to open it, and he keeps pressing it, nothing happening. Like he doesn't notice anything happening, and then you see just behind him Batman trying to put off the costume and quickly closing the door over and over again.
That is such a great gag. I love that reminded me of the Lego Star Wars like specials that they
Yeah,
put on
kind.
on Cartoon Network. Like they had like a running gag of like Palpatine getting increasingly caught in the acts of being Darth Sidious, but like the Jedi are just too stupid to realize it. He's like, wow,
Yeah.
the Chancellor must be under a lot of stress. Like, there's literally a
I,
scene where he has the fucking Palpatine hood on. The Jedi see him, and he literally freaks out, spins his head into his normal Chancellor head.
yeah, like I love these specials, especially the overarching plot that then goes over into the original trilogy. There's even a cool scene that Vader and Luke are chasing the holocrons, and they both have each other's vehicle on Tatooine. Like Luke has Anakin's old pod racer, and Vader has Luke's old speeder. And there's one scene where they just look at each other and say, "Wanna switch?" Yeah, probably a good idea.
I
And they just
remember
switch vehicles.
where Vader is chasing after Luke, and he's about to drop that he's Luke's father, but 3PO just kind of like acts in last minute and like, hey, under that mask, Vader's actually a really handsome guy. Like, shows off like an actual real life picture of him from episode two, and he ends up getting fangirls chasing after him to like distract him until he actually takes off his mask and reveals that no, he's not handsome anymore.
Okay, we're at an hour and a half.
Aw.
But I want to keep talking.
I mean,
Yeah, same.
we can end this episode and just do another one.
Okay, then let's do that
Yeah,
because I wanna keep talking.
because I just don't want OBS to mess up again. So
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yes,
we're
true,
gonna keep
true.
going. But thank you all so much for watching this episode and hopefully enjoying the discussion about old cartoons mostly.
Yeah, I hope you like tuning into the Zelda playthrough to hear us talk about old cartoons for like
It's
most of
it's
it.
it's kind of like a podcast at this point, but I kind of
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, and honestly, it's more of a podcast with us playing the game in the background. Yeah.
I really like it though. It's really fun.
Yeah, same.
I get to just enjoy Breath of the Wild again, and we get to have some fun conversations.
Mhm.
Yeah, when we're not ragging on you for being a girl failure.
I mean, that's what we love her for.
All right. Well, hope you'll join us for the next episode. Bye.
See ya.